You are hemorrhaging power every single day, and you don't even know it. Not to your enemies, not to your rivals, to random people, strangers, people whose names you'll forget in a week. You hand them your most valuable resource without a second thought, and then wonder why you feel empty, why you feel drained, why you feel like you're running on nothing. Here's the truth that will change everything. Your attention is not free. It never was. Every second you spend watching someone else's drama, every minute you waste reading an argument that has nothing to do with you, every hour you pour into explaining yourself to people who made up their mind about you before you even opened your mouth. That's not engagement, that's theft, and you gave them the key. Psychologists call it attentional resource depletion. The brain doesn't have unlimited processing power. Every time you give your attention to something, anything, you draw down that resource. The notification you check out of habit, the person who texts you problems at 11 p.m., the coworker who needs to tell you right now about something that doesn't matter. Each one costs you, and most people never audit the bill. Real power players do one thing differently. They treat their attention like a bank account, and they are ruthless about where they invest it. Here's what nobody tells you about the people who drain you. They're not always the obvious ones. It's not always the angry person, or the toxic ex, or the colleague who never stops complaining. Sometimes the drain comes from people you genuinely love, people you call friends, people you built your life around. And the drain isn't dramatic. That's what makes it so dangerous. It's the slow bleed. It's the friend who calls only when they're in crisis. It's the group chat that pulls you into 10 conversations that go nowhere. It's the person who mistakes your availabilities for obligation and starts to treat your time like it belongs to them. Most people never identify this. They just feel tired. They feel resentful without understanding why. They feel like life is demanding more from them than they can give. That feeling has a name: attentional bankruptcy. You've been spending more than you earn, and nobody told you to stop. So here's the question you need to ask yourself right now. Who has access to your attention, and what are they doing with it? Not who deserves it, not who you love. Who actually has access to the most limited, most powerful resource you possess? Write the list in your head. Go through your day. The first thing you check in the morning. The last thing you look at before you sleep. The conversations you're always in. The people who can reach you anytime, for anything, without earning that right. Now ask, what are they giving you back? Not emotionally, not sentimentally, practically. Are they building you? Are they sharpening you? Are they adding something real to your life? Or are they consuming and calling it connection? This is not a question about love. You can love someone and still limit their access to you. In fact, the most powerful people understand that love without boundaries isn't love. It's sacrifice. And sacrifice without purpose is just loss. The science here is unambiguous. In 1890, William James, the father of American psychology, wrote that the ability to bring back wandering attention again and again is the very root of judgment, character, and will. He called it the faculty of voluntarily directing attention. He said education should be nothing else but the training of this faculty. That was over 100 years ago. Today, billion-dollar industries exist to steal that faculty from you. Social media platforms employ entire teams of engineers, psychologists, and behavioral scientists whose single job is to capture your attention and hold it. Not for your benefit, but for theirs. Every scroll, every notification, every autoplay is a mechanism designed to extract your attention before you even make a conscious decision to give it. And they're good at it. Most people hand it over without a fight. They sit, passive, while their attention, their power, their energy, their mental real estate gets strip-mined by platforms, by people, by situations that give nothing back. The selective individual doesn't do this. The selective individual decides. Here's what reclaiming your attention actually looks like. It doesn't look like going off the grid. It doesn't look like deleting all your apps or becoming some kind of monk. Real power players don't disappear. They become selective, strategic, deliberate. They build a fortress around their focus. And that fortress has rules. Rule 1, not everyone gets a response. This sounds simple. It is revolutionary. You are not obligated to reply to every message, every comment, every question directed at you. Silence is a complete answer. Indifference is a statement. When you choose not to engage, you are not being rude. You are being powerful. You are demonstrating that your attention requires something to earn it. Rule 2. Urgency is not your emergency. Someone else's crisis does not automatically become your priority. Most of the so-called urgent requests in your life are urgent because someone failed to plan, failed to manage, failed to take responsibility, and now they want to transfer that weight to you. Protect your schedule like it's sacred, because it is. Rule 3. Your first hour is non-negotiable. The most dangerous thing most people do every morning is check their phone before they've had a single thought of their own. They hand the first hour of their day, the hour when the mind is clearest, most creative, most powerful, to notifications, to news, to other people's agendas. Dominate your morning. Let the world wait. Now here's the reframe that changes everything. Most people think being available makes them important. They think responding quickly proves their value. They think saying yes to everything makes them generous. That's not power. That's performance. And the tragedy is, it doesn't even work. The more available you are, the less people value your presence. The faster you respond, the more they expect it. The more you give, the less they appreciate it. Scarcity creates value. This is not manipulation. This is economics. This is human psychology. This is how the world actually works. The person who calls you back when they're ready, not when you ring, holds the frame. The person who responds when it's strategic, not when it's demanded, commands the room. The person whose attention is rare is magnetic. The person whose attention is everywhere is taken for granted. You have been everywhere. It's time to become rare. Here's the armor you build. Start with an audit. 24 hours. Track every time you give your attention and ask one question. Did I choose this, or did something or someone take it from me? You will be shocked by the answer. Then you eliminate. Not dramatically, quietly. You stop engaging with what drains you. You erase it from your response list. You let the notifications pile up unanswered. You let the group chat go silent. You give your attention, deliberately, intentionally, only to what builds you, what challenges you, what returns something real, and watch what happens. The people who were consuming you will protest. They'll call you distant. They'll say you've changed. They're right. You have changed. You've stopped being a resource and started being a person. You've stopped being available to everyone and started becoming valuable to someone worth your time. That's not coldness. That's control. The untouchable person is not the one who has the most connections. It's the one who has the right ones. Machiavelli understood this. The most dangerous advisor in the room was never the one who spoke the most. It was the one who spoke the least. Because when they did speak, it meant something. Their words carried weight because they didn't waste them. Their presence created impact because it wasn't guaranteed. That's who you're becoming. Not the person who shows us up everywhere. The person whose absence is felt. Not the person who responds to everything. The person whose response is sought. Not the person who gives their attention freely. The person who makes others earn it. This is the shift. From reactive to selective. From drained to untouchable. From a person who is used to a person who chooses. Your attention is the most powerful thing you possess. It shapes your reality. It determines what grows in your life and what fades. It decides who has access to your energy and who doesn't. It is, in every literal sense, where your life goes. Stop giving it away. Start treating it like what it is. My attention is gold.